In the ever-turbulent world of General Hospital, where truth is relative and loyalty is often fleeting, one of the most dramatic arcs currently captivating viewers is the slow and harrowing psychological dismantling of Willow Tate. Once a character defined by quiet strength and maternal devotion, Willow has found herself ensnared in a manipulative web spun by none other than Drew Kane, a man whose transformation from morally ambiguous hero to soft-spoken manipulator has been nothing short of chilling. This isn't the Drew we once knew. Gone is the stalwart, dependable figure of the past. In his place now stands a strategist cloaked in false empathy, whose subtle machinations have left a permanent mark on Willow's mind and heart. Willow's descent into psychological dependency didn't happen overnight. It began with Drew presenting himself as a savior, a protector who promised her peace and understanding in a world where she constantly felt like an outsider. That allure was especially potent following her medical trauma and ongoing conflict with Michael Corinthos, the father of her children and the man she once trusted most. But Drew didn't offer clarity, he offered an escape, and in that escape, he redefined reality for her. Under his influence, Willow gradually began detaching from those who genuinely loved her. She isolated herself, convinced that the only person who truly understood her was Drew. And in classic cultic fashion, Drew made himself indispensable by dismantling her other emotional anchors, friends, family, even her children. At first, viewers watched in agony as Willow surrendered her instincts. Occasionally, she showed flickers of resistance, moments when the old Willow peeked through, raising silent questions behind her tired eyes. But each time, Drew was there, gently, almost lovingly, pulling her back into the mental fog he helped create. It wasn't loud or violent. It was calm. Calculated. Controlled. The most terrifying kind of manipulation. While Drew wrapped his influence tighter around Willow, another war brewed in the background, the custody battle between Willow and Michael over their children, Wiley and Amelia. It's a legal fight filled with emotional landmines, and though the final decision hasn't been rendered yet, all signs suggest Michael will emerge victorious. For Willow, losing custody wouldn't just be a legal defeat, it would be the first devastating fracture in the illusion Drew built for her. It would shatter the image he crafted of himself as the one person who could help her reclaim her life. And what of Drew in all this? He will no doubt console her in the way only he can, by distorting the truth to serve his purpose. He will blame Michael. He will talk of betrayal and injustice. He'll urge her to see herself as the victim of everyone else's schemes. But there's a limit to how long a person can suspend disbelief, even someone as emotionally worn as Willow. When Drew's narrative begins to falter under the weight of reality, Willow's numbness will shift. Not into grief, but into doubt. This unraveling may take months. Perhaps even longer. But it's already begun. Subtle inconsistencies are starting to catch Willow's attention, Like the way Drew downplays Michael's efforts to be present for Wiley, or how he shrugs off Wiley's stories about being told things that aren't true. The final crack might come not from a courtroom verdict, but from a casual moment, perhaps a visit with Wiley when Michael mentions not knowing Willow had come by. That one sentence, delivered innocently, might be all it takes to shift the axis of Willow's perception. The weight of that realization, that Drew actively kept her from her son, will be unbearable. When she confronts him, as she inevitably will, Drew won't confess. Not immediately. He'll spin another narrative, claiming he was trying to protect her, or that it was a misunderstanding. But Willow is not a fool. And once her mind begins to awaken from the emotional sedation he has inflicted on her, there will be no returning to the haze. Another grenade waiting to detonate is Drew's hidden relationship with Nina Reeves. It's a connection forged in shadows, one that reveals his ability to compartmentalize truth when it suits him. For Willow, who still harbors complex feelings about Nina's role in her past, this will feel like betrayal of the highest order. Not simply because Drew lied, but because he has so fundamentally altered the way she views trust, love, and loyalty. When all these truths collide, when the custody loss, the betrayal, and the lies begin stacking into an undeniable wall, Willow's awakening will be both devastating and exhilarating. It won't be fast. Drew's grip is too carefully constructed for it to break in a single moment. But it will weaken. Each loss, each inconsistency, each uncovered deception will chip away at the narrative he's written for her. And what then of Drew? He is not the mustache-twirling villain of daytime archetypes. He is far more dangerous, a villain who believes he is right. A man who weapons love and pity with surgical precision. Watching him try to regain control as Willow slowly breaks free promises to be a masterclass in emotional warfare. He'll grow more desperate, more defensive, more erratic. His tactics will escalate. But the more he pushes, the more he reveals the depths of his own brokenness. Willow's path forward won't be easy. Recovery from psychological manipulation rarely is. She'll need time, support, and a renewed sense of agency. But when she eventually looks back on this chapter, she will understand how close she came to losing everything, not just her children, but herself. And for viewers, the story will leave a lasting impression. It's not just about a custody battle or romantic betrayal. It's about how manipulation thrives in silence and how breaking that silence requires an act of tremendous courage. Drew's fall won't come from a courtroom verdict or a public scandal. It will come from the quiet, powerful decision of one woman to choose the truth over the lie she once called love.